that between the president and I, we had 42 telephone calls. 42. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Doing planning, doing this, doing that. Having meetings with individuals here, having meetings with bishops over there, having meetings with paramount chiefs on this side and on that side. It was just the most busiest time of our lives. But then I must also admit something which to me was wonderful. I must honestly admit that I learned more about South African history over this past year than I had learned in my whole life. Because what did I do? I went and I Googled, first of all, the Shlubi nation. Then we had meetings with the Abatembu. So I Googled the Abatembu. I Googled the Amapondomise. I went and I Googled the Ngunis overall. And all in all, looking where all these people had been coming from, where they joined up with each other, what they had done, and history which had never been taught to us under the old colonial schooling system, because they only taught us in the schools what they wanted us to know, and not what was really the history of this country. And I still got a little book at home there on the Shlubis, for instance, which I'm supposed to have fixed and reprinted for His Majesty. And if you read those books and you read that information, it's absolutely amazing. I don't know how many of you sitting here today know where Madiba cast his very first vote in 1994. In KZN. Is there anyone who is saying in Eastern Cape? No, you're right. The vote was cast in KZN in front of the statue of John Langalibalele Dube in Inanda. Now, a lot of people do not know that. They think, no, he was from the Eastern Cape, so he went and he voted there. So this is all history, which is very important to us. And that to us, in terms of traditionalship, if you go back, I know, and I'm not here to criticize any political party or any person, but I know that the ANC is claiming that they were formed in 1912. That was not really the case. If you go into the history, you'll find that the king of the Eastern Cape had come back from the UK, where he was a guest of King George, and he had then called together all the royalties of South Africa, and he told them how impressed he was with the riches of Europe, and he wanted these riches to be transferred to his people. Now, unfortunately, they then appointed, they wanted a clever person, and that is why John Dube was appointed, and he then took on the name of John Langalibalele Dube. But, the long and short of the story is that those riches lately have been taken from the people. All that money is gone. And now we are suffering, and my paramount chief Gugu will tell you, in his area, the hunger that exists there, where you have a lady in a town like Berdekop who's taking care of 85 orphans by herself. But the monies that were supposed to have been available for people to do that, I know our Bishop Musiani was just last week into an area where the elderly are lying and suffering, and they are not being taken care of. And that is, I think, the policy, but I'm not here to prophesize the policy. We appointed Deputy Archbishop Selemo Ilaya Musia as our national campaign manager. He is a very God-fearing person. We have full confidence in him that he will be very successful in his task. And just in brackets, I want to mention that the South African Council of Churches have a biannual conference every 2 years. And this year, Archbishop Musia has been appointed by the South African Council of Churches to run the biannual conference in Mabopane of the South African Council of Churches. And Bishop, we wish you well in that great task. Thank you. Now, during our campaign, we have had meetings, like I mentioned, with concerned residents. Residents who are paying high rates and taxes. I know that suddenly now you are having a situation whereby title deeds are being dished out. But if you go into Soweto, I was there the other day, and I asked this lady, how long have you people been living in this house? And she said to me, well, she's now 40 years old. Her parents were there, and her grandparents, she can remember, were there. But they still don't have a title deed, but they've been paying rent ever since. They've been paying rent. Now, where is that rent? So, this is what we are saying. We are very concerned about high rates, high taxes, crime, hunger, unemployment, medical services, which concerns our people. If you send somebody to a hospital today, you don't know if that somebody is going to be returned from that hospital. We are concerned about that. We have already started addressing crime on a very low-scale basis, but this is the issue that we will be addressing, even before the elections, because we know we will take over. So why must we wait until that time and allow things to go further down? Okay. Then, with regards to our tradition, to say what agreements we have come to them, because there is still an election campaign ahead and other people can steal what we are doing, but we have met with a number of traditional leaders, and inter alia, the whole exercise of the traditional leaders, Amy, yeah. Now, George and Amy, they are very much involved also with Ndate Louis Chauke, and where is, he's just gone out for a moment. They have made contact with overseas visitors. And as I talk to you now, they are busy and they have already got approval for 1.5 billion rand project. In Mujaji, which I think you should know. If you are doing a project which I think was absolutely brilliant, if you take your people living in a village and they have to go somewhere with a taxi, now they have to pay 70 rand to get there, 70 rand back. So what have they got left to buy with? But what they have done, if they are building a shopping mall in a, now the taxi associations in as partners of those projects. So the taxi drivers will not lose money and they need not go on strike. They will go into the project. And I wish them well. With regards to our religious approaches, we have been in touch with, and I can say it without any doubt, not some, with all the large groupings in South Africa. And I think you can give a big clap for that. I again want to emphasize the approach. We believe from ARU that every single person has got the right to religion, no matter what religion they belong to, but every person has got the right to his own or her own religion. And we will support that right up into Parliament. What is very important for you to realize, if we look at our documentation that has been drawn up so far, and unfortunately I don't think our national spokesperson could make it Ndade Madiwa, could he make it? Where is he? Okay. You must remember the name, Leslie Chilwane. He's an author of books. He's I think 3 books. He's a wonderful person. He is absolutely brilliant in what he is doing. And he was working many nights because he works at night when it's quiet. And he went in, and he was the one that was instrumental in getting our final constitution, as well as our manifesto, as well as our federal document. What is so important is our federal document. In what we are saying, we are creating our Royal House of Monarchs. The Royal House of Monarchs will run parallel with Parliament. The Royal House will be headed up by our monarchs, and Parliament can, and as they've been doing over the past 24 years, shout and scream at each other, but whatever they say has to be vetted, rubber stamped. Otherwise, nothing will be approved if it is not vetted by our monarchs. So, if ever there is anyone here with connections and contacts with your traditional leaders, with your monarchs, with your kings, queens, and we have not yet made contact with them, you are welcome. You can call any, and we will make contact with them. If they're coming this side, and they can meet with our monarchs. Gladly meet with all of them. Then, very considering the report, the support that we have gleaned from our traditional leaders and our religious leaders, as well as all executives who have reported back to us. I give you, but if I give you the numbers, then obviously you will know that to that bishop, to this person, to that person. I can give you the numbers now that we will not get less than 20 million votes in next year's. I am very proud to be part of this party. I am very proud to be part of this whole working committee that is sitting. We are all part of this. We need to convince the whole of South Africa that ARU is the party that will lead them into the future. Viva ARU, viva! Viva ARU, viva! Viva! Yo, Bayete, Mutimkulu, Bayete. Bayete, Mutimkulu, Langalibalele, Bayete. Thank you very much. Siyabonga.
You did very well, huh?
I would like us to give a round of applause for the second time. That was a very interesting report indeed, SG. I will, but then I had to allow him because of he's the Secretary General of the African Renaissance Unit. So therefore, he must clarify so that no one will have a question. It must just be clarified. Okay, let's quickly rush to agenda. I will have amendments again after him, SG. Then there's gonna be he must come front. Therefore, he's gonna tell us of what his mind. So carry on with our agenda.
I'm going to go through the whole formalities. As a worker, I'm actually an agriculturalist. I want you to eat when you eat. So therefore, I don't want people who are going to die tomorrow. And I want us that this organization become the blueprint for implementation. Now this is the time that we should do that. And if we don't do it now, that means we will be... I just come from a meeting of the planting task team, which is a presidential program that needs land to be planted. Anyone that has land that needs to be planted on Monday, that land is required on Monday. Then it will be planted on Monday. So I just come from that, and the commitment made in the task team. We have the office there, we have all the department. We've been running these programs since August, when it was announced by the president of the country. What I would want to let you know all, the reason that I'm here, I would want you to thank our King, who has a bright or a force of seeing things before everybody sees them. I think His Majesty, your dream is realized. Let me tell you that right now, that your dream has now come to be realized. Before you even take over the government, you will show you are the real. And for that dream, I would want to make this announcement that through His Majesty, and through His own personal command to me, when he met, he commanded me to say, Chauke, I want you, if you are honest, I want you to demonstrate to me that you will do something for me and my people. So I'm here to demonstrate to him that I'm going to do something for him. Through he submitted to my office 40,000 hectares, 40,355 hectares for Gauteng only. Those lands need to be finalized by Monday, and we need to plant that 40,355 hectares. And fortunately or unfortunately belongs to Kosi Keka. All those hectares. So Johannes, you should know on Monday I will be sending you a schedule of visit. We will be visiting your land. we are going to see your unit to show us where the corners of the lands are. Between now and Monday, I need you to send me the coordinates of those land, so that when we come to see the land, we don't get confused. So 1,355 hectares that was submitted by the for Khosikekana. And then in Limpopo for Khosikekana and others, 41 also submitted through the office of the king. Those lands are required. We will send a schedule to those people, and I think the facilitator there is Emmy. Emmy has made a lot of facilitation as far as that is concerned. We have a list. That 41,008 is needed to get all the coordinates so that a visit can be to that area. In the Eastern Cape, I didn't even know that the kind of land that exists. I don't know. In the Eastern Cape, 8,565,294 hectares of land. For the Eastern Cape. That was submitted through various traditional leadership from, this is coming from Tata, no, basically is that, oh, I don't have the, I just summarized. This is coming from Queenstown to Port St. John's. So in total, they totalize that amount of hectares. So please, the people who have facilitated, Umaydon, and Abel, and Sam.